美國國會12月16號開始聖誕假期，響呢一年嚟，國會民主同共和兩黨響好多嘅事務上邊都嚴重分歧，從政府嘅預算到債務限額到超級委員會，美國人民對於國會嘅表現是否滿意呢？呢個星期出爐嘅蓋洛普民意調查顯示，64%嘅美國人認為國會議員嘅道德以及係誠信低落，呢個比電話推銷員以及係汽車銷售員係更差。而響之前，民意調查屢屢係顯示民眾非常之不滿國會議員嘅表現。
Everything's partisan. Everything's they can't you can't affect change without compromise, but nobody's willing to compromise. So you just can't get anything done.
They're inactive and they're ineffective, and that they have their self-interest versus their constituents' interest.
I think they're really out of touch with their constituents.
They need to work together more and not really focus on like what they want to get as a party.
I mean, I'm sure they're not all evil people in there. I'm sure some of them have good intentions too, but you know, I don't see them achieving much good lately. I feel like they're just posing new obstacles every day.
有啲民眾態度係比較寬容。
It seems like it is perhaps not as good as it could be, but I guess that's part of democracy. It tends to be a little messy.
Why is that? Why is this Congress not as productive as previous Congress? What do you think?
Oh, I think they probably just represent the American people. That's sort of where the American people are, divided in terms of what to do. So I think Congress does a very good job representing how people feel. I think it's got a lot to do with the economy not being good, and people are concerned, and I think there's just a range of opinion about how to proceed.
I have a great deal of respect for our process.
Right.
And I love the fact that we can all disagree, but you know, we need to get busy.
有啲就批評非常之嚴厲。
I don't know. I really don't know what to expect anymore. Hopefully won't have to move to Canada.
They all need to be fired. And I think that we need to re-elect a whole new crop of congressmen.
Why do you think they all need to be fired?
They're not doing their job. You know, they're not doing their job. The super committee, they couldn't even agree, you know, on budget issues. I'm just appalled.
Well, there's not a lot of progress, like you said, the super committee failing and that kind of thing. So maybe a D+ or a C. I mean, I'm in school, so I wouldn't want to get that bad of a grade. But if I got that bad of a grade, I would work to make it better.
Well, I think I'd give them an F. I think both parties have been a disaster. I think it's practically government failure here. And if we don't get things turned around, we're going to be in as bad a shape as Europe.
It's like Greece, right? Greece and Italy didn't do things for a long time, and now they're bankrupt. So we are, from a GDP to debt standpoint, we're right behind Greece. So we're next. So in Greece and Italy, they didn't do anything either. So maybe it's the human nature.
選民亦都唔吝嗇為佢哋提出建議。
I think it all comes down to compromise. I think that we have to learn to compromise. You're not going to get everything that you want. You need to sit down. There's two sides to everything. You know, the one side's not all right and the other side's not all wrong. You need to discuss, and you need to take the best from both sides and come to a solution.
Make both sides be able to work together more instead of squabbling. I mean, there's definitely a big problem facing our nation that it needs to be addressed and not just kind of thrown to the side to try and get to your own personal gains.
I think it's a problem of the election process. So that I think in the Senate that every senator is a millionaire. They're not an average person. And it costs so much money to get elected, so therefore you only have certain people that can become senators or congressmen. So maybe that's, I suppose, a problem or issue of the process of getting elected. If they had more campaign finance reform, that might help it out and level the playing field to get people involved that worry about other people or the constituent interests versus their own interests.
Please cooperate. Please really try to think about the people who sent you to Congress and really work for them.